you want to save for a house. Well, how do you do that? I'm going to share some tips with you to get started on saving for your own down payment. Well, speaking of down, you can head on down, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, stay updated with all of our content, and leave me a comment. Did I forget any tips? Did you like any of the ones that I gave? Let me know. First and foremost, simplest way you can begin to save for your down payment is cut out all your buying of coffee and all that other stuff. I know it's stereotypical, but it's true. Places like Tim Hortons and Starbucks and stuff cost you an arm and a leg. Unfortunately, you might need those legs because you might want to get those grippers out and sell some pictures for some extra money. Who knows?
That's a gripper.
Those are your toes. Get the grippers out. A lot of people, when, money comes their way, it's like, oh, let's go celebrate, or let's, something good happened. Let's go and I've done well. Let's go buy X, Y, or Z. But put the money away. Your future homeowning self is going to thank you for putting away that windfall, because money's tough. I would argue the vast majority of people that are attempting to save for a house hate it, and it sucks because living is so expensive. So the biggest thing to get into when it comes to saving for your down payment is get into good habits, right? You want to be putting away, X amount of dollars from every paycheck. You want to be going through your subscriptions and things like that, and what don't you need? What services don't you use all the time? Cancel the ones that, you haven't checked out in quite some time. Netflix, who needs them? You want to build up the good habits of just putting away, every penny counts. Right. One of the things that you want to do when looking to save for your down payment is set yourself a goal. So, easy example, say you want to save $60,000 in 3 years, right? Break it down monthly, that's just shy of $1,700. I think $1,667 exactly. Per month is what you need to save, which is then broken down into, by paycheck. So say you put $1,000 a month from your paychecks, right? Then you've got, say you pick up a second job or some side hustle you've got going on. There's an extra $500 a month, right? So you're up to 15. And then the extra 167-ish, if you can cut back on your subscriptions, or maybe don't, you want to order out once a week or twice a week, cut it back by one. Literally just one. Delivery and takeout and stuff like that costs so much. If you look at it and you think about it, it's absurd. You want to eat out. You still can, everything in moderation, but make sure that you're hitting your goals that you're set for yourself first. If you're wanting to save for your down payment, let's get real. You need to take a serious look at and assess your current financial situation. Make sure that you deal with your situation as is, deal with your current debts, try and get yourself, I often refer to it with myself as getting yourself back up to the starting line, right? You're starting behind it if you're already in debt and stuff like that. Get yourself back up to zero and then start looking at the future. In terms of debts that you might be looking at, student debt is one thing. Credit card debt is a major, major thing. Your credit score is super important, especially when it comes to purchasing a house. It takes a day and a half to 2 days to lose your credit score, and months, if not years, to build it back up. So it's something that you want to be continuously building on. As much as the credit score and the credit card debt is spooky, in order to gain your credit score, you need to use it but pay it off, right? So it's not something that you just, I never touch it, so therefore I don't have it. When I was purchasing my place, I actually, I had a little bit of difficulty getting a mortgage because I only have one credit card, because I've only ever needed one. Banks saw that as a red flag. It's well, why does he only have one? Can he only get one? And meanwhile, my thought process was, I only need one. Why would I get another? That's not to say that you need a bunch of credit cards, and different companies look at things different ways. So just making sure that your balance across the board is zero, probably one of, if not the most important things before you get started in saving. One of the best tools when it comes to, saving for your down payment for your house is creating a budget. Doesn't need to be anything fancy. You don't need any third-party program. Google Sheets works just fine. Microsoft Excel, whatever have you. You need to list out all of your income every week, what's coming in, and every single one of your expenses. Don't start leaving stuff out. You've got, I ordered pizza last Friday, but that was just a one-time thing. Like, no, put it in, because then when you look back at it, you can see, I spent a lot more than I thought I did. Not only is it good for planning forward and understanding, like, okay, 25% of my budget has to go towards X, Y, or Z, like bills and that sort of thing, but it can also show you where you might be tripping up and where you can save more money. If you're okay with, skipping the eating out, like I mentioned earlier, or the pizza or something like that, every dollar that you are able to put into your pocket is just like a second sooner that you can get your down payment in. So for some people who are more visually attuned than I am, post, the house that you want or whatever you're trying to save for on your fridge, somewhere that you're going to see it often, right? It's going to keep reminding you, this is my goal. Got to stick with it. Head in there. Putting it as your lock screen on your phone is another big one. Hopefully your significant other is okay with being set aside, or Photoshop a photo of them or the both of you into the house that you want, and then that's your goal. A very helpful step, in my opinion, which is to automate your savings, right? You can have it set so every time you have your paycheck come in, X amount of dollars, whatever you had decided, based on our example earlier, it would have been $500 a paycheck, assuming paid bi-weekly. It's just nice to be able to not have to worry about it. I know both my mom and I have a thing where we like looking at our bank accounts and just seeing a number larger than what we saw last time without having to really do anything. So the money automatically gets put away and it's like, ooh, I have a little bit extra sauce in there. That's nice. Hopefully some of these tips helped you guys out, maybe inspired you to start saving for your own down payment. It might seem like a very arduous journey, but it is doable. People are buying first-time houses all the time. It's the people I primarily work with. I wouldn't have a job if it wasn't the case. So if you guys have any questions about anything at all, or maybe you have your own suggestions for saving up for a down payment, or think that maybe one of my ideas could be tweaked a little bit, let me know in the comment section down below. But until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Happy savings.